Hey YouTube, today I'm going to explain to you guys what my IDPA loadout is. Um, I live in Rochester, New York, so around here we call it RDPA, Rochester Defensive Pistol Association, and I shoot in those unranked matches. Um, I do not do the IDPA ranked matches. I don't feel I have the right pistol for it. First and foremost, the pistol is clear. I'll lock that back just so you guys can see that the chamber is completely empty. Okay, this is my Walther PPS 9mm. I just don't feel it's the right pistol for IDPA, strictly because of the fact that it's a short frame, short barrel polymer pistol. I realize the Glocks are too, but the Glocks have a much larger capacity, with mine being single stack and the Glocks being double stack. A lot of the guys, because I'm in New York, use pre-band magazines, so they have 18 rounds per magazine, where I have maximum of 8 rounds per magazine. So let's detail what I got here. The PPS, 2 7-round magazines, and 1 8-round magazine. That means I can hold 7, 14, 22, 1 in the chamber, 23 if I do an administrative reload before my matches. So I can hold 23 in the chamber, which is the same as a Glock with 1 mag and a half a mag in his mag carrier. So that's why I feel this would not be a suitable gun for IDPA, mainly because I'll clear the first room and have to reload. If you're putting 2 shots per target, 1, 2, 1, 2, that's 4. I'm out of this 7. I have 3 left. That means I can go to the next target, pop 2 in the abdomen, 1 in the head, break, and reload. So it's just not a suitable weapon for IDPA, even RDPA. I do use USCPA, also not a good weapon for. I actually went to a USCPA shoot, talked to the administrator there, and he told me that if I were to do the shoot with them, I would need to have at least 6 magazines for the Walther, and as you know, at $50 a pop per magazine, that's expensive. So I choose not to shoot that. I choose to shoot the RDPA, IDPA, same thing, because I can get away with only 3 magazines. I could not get away with 2. I tried it. It didn't work. I ended up with a DNF because I didn't have enough rounds. It's really embarrassing to have another target to clear when your slide locks back and you go to grab out of your magazine carrier and there's nothing there. It is just not the best situation. Okay, onto my magazine carrier. I use this magazine carrier. It is a Black Hawk single stack double magazine carrier. This is specifically made for 1911s, but as you can see, the Walther mags fit quite nicely. So I ended up going to my local gun store and purchasing this. It was $30 plus tax in New York State. I was going to make one, but I figured out I couldn't make it for the price that I was going to buy it for. So I ended up not making it. This does have either slips over your belt, and it has a tab in here. Let me see if I can get you a picture of that tab. There it is, that tab right there. Hooks onto your belt really, really securely. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't slide back and forth. It doesn't bounce up and down. It really hooks and holds onto your belt. It is adjustable, so you can adjust it up and down depending on what belt you are wearing. I really don't mind it. It also has belt loops, so you can thread your belt through it. Just two options, really nice. Talking to the guy that sold me this, he said that Blackhawk stopped making the paddle version of this, and they went to this integrated clip belt loop design. They used to have just the belt loop or just the paddle. Now they have the integrated paddle belt loop. It does have an adjustment screw right here on the front. I found that I didn't need to adjust it at all to fit my Walther magazines. They fit just fine without adjustment. This comes in two variations. One's the matte front, and the other is a carbon fiber front, which I think is stupid. But we'll leave that up to you guys. For RDPA, IDPA, the rule for magazine carriers is they have to be concealed, so that when this is on my belt, it sits very flat and I can throw my shirt over it. So it has to be concealed, and it has to be able to hold its contents, which are 2 magazines, fully loaded upside down. So just so I have my critical defense, Hornady critical defense 115 grain jacketed hollow points here. I will load them, 7 rounds of them into this magazine, which would fill this magazine. This magazine's new, so I'm still working it in. Jesus. Oh my God. Okay. So that's a full magazine. Weighs quite a bit. You always want this to go, if this is going on my weak side hip, you always want this to go bullets forward. And the reason for that is when you go to grab an IDPA, and you grab like this, and your finger's right on the bullet, you can just stuff in your gun, point, and stuff, rack, and you're ready to go. So, bullets, I will show you again, this is empty because I just put a load of mag into it, but that is empty. So, this fits in here quite well. It takes a little bit of jostling to get it in, only because there's this little ear right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's right here, right above my finger. And it sticks out just a little bit, and it catches the side lip of here. But once you get it by that, it goes in pretty easy. Does not come out at all. I mean, I can shake the hell out of this thing. It's not going to come out. All in all, just a nice little package. Goes on the hip really well, and when you need it, it's just right here. Bam, stuff in the gun and go. Love this thing. One of the easiest things I've ever used. Getting the magazines in is a little difficult at first, but that's okay. I just like it. I use for a belt. I do not use a tactical belt because I don't feel like paying $50 for a belt. I use just an off-the-shelf Kohl's belt. This one actually happens to be reversible to brown, in case you're wearing, you know, a brown gun that day, I guess. I just use an off-the-shelf belt. I use a white hat Max Tuck IWB holster with my PPS, like that. Rules are, again, that in IDPA, RDPA, the gun has to be concealed when looking at you from the front and sides. So that means if you're printing horribly badly, they'll call that unconcealed. If they can see your gun in any way, they call that unconcealed. If they can see a print near your ass where the barrel is, they call that not concealed. Pretty much just a bunch of things they call not concealed. Buzzer blows, lift the shirt, grab for the gun, come across, and go. They will, in IDPA, disqualify you if you sweep your body. If you sweep your body in any way, your arm, your leg, across the torso, the chin, in any way, if you sweep your body, you will be disqualified. If you sweep anyone else's body, you will also be disqualified. So this rule is extremely helpful to know when you're trying to reholster in an IWB holster. Other than the Super Tucks, Max Tucks, crossbreeds, white hats, Minotaurs, things like that, which you can just one-handed, you know, reach back and be done with it. If you have something that collapses as you take it out, you cannot open it up and go like this. It's considered sweeping your body, and you will be disqualified. So in order to do that, you have to start way back here, open it up, and come forward and tuck it in, so you do not get disqualified for sweeping your body. All right, well, that is the end of this video on what I use for IDPA, RDPA. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, please leave them below. Thank you.